Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. A lot of things are taking place. A lot of dynamics are taking place in River State now. And many legal luminaries are beginning to cry out because as the days are unfolding, it's getting clearer exactly what is on ground. Let's take a long walk as some legal luminary have decided to tell us the dynamics and the behind the scene going on right now that most Nigerians are not aware of. They're making it public for Nigerians to follow. But before we go into the newspaper, please subscribe to our channel. Now, the ongoing legal dispute involving the current governor of River State, Siminalayi Fubara, and a group of legislators in the River State House of Assembly, loyal to his predecessors and current minister of the Federal Capital Territory FCT, that's Wike, has reached a critical juncture that demands urgent attention and caution as it has potential of not just affecting River State but the entire country. Now, the Federal High Court in Abuja, presided over by Honorable Justice Joyce Abdul Malik, has dismissed the River State government's request to stay proceedings in a suit that seeks to halt federal allocations to local government areas within the state. Now, this decision by the court, which is viewed by many as unwarranted, has prompted the state government to appeal the matter to the Court of Appeal in Abuja, seeking intervention. Now, Eberechi Suzite Wike, the wife of Wike, happens also to be a justice of the Court of Appeal Abuja. That's the Abuja division, which will be adjudicating this matter. The implications of this ruling are profound and potentially disastrous, especially in a moment of national hardship and economic sufferings across the country. Now, if the court ultimately gives judgment in favor of the ProWike group, the consequences could be catastrophic for the state and the citizens, and the prospect of local government workers going without salaries, schools lacking teachers, hospitals being deprived of essential medicines, and a general breakdown of public services stare before the good people of River State. Now, such a situation could lead to social unrest and further threaten the already febrile situation in River State. A contagion of effect on Nigeria's oil revenue is foreseeable because River State is one of the major oil producing states in the country. Moreover, the Accountant General of the state has raised serious concerns regarding the fairness of the proceedings. Accusations of bias against the presiding judge have surfaced with calls for a recusal based on the judge's refusal to hear jurisdictional contentions whenever they are brought up. It is worth noting that Honorable Justice Joyce Abdul Malik resides in Abuja, and the senior lawyer Joseph Daudu, senior advocate of Nigeria, hired by ProWike Group, also lives in Abuja. They enjoy the comfort of the Federal Capital Territory FCT, where government facilities and services are functional. One cannot help but wonder how the judge would react if any parties in the FCT were asking the court to seize the FCT's allocation, potentially crippling its ability to function effectively. Now, the judge may not fully comprehend the tension, reality on the ground, and security, of course, security implications if the judgment goes against River State and the state allocation of the revenue from the federal account is seized. I advise that this court should not inflict additional hardship on the people of River State who are already enduring severe economic challenges resulting from President Tinubu's economic policies, and the impact of naira devaluation and the removal of petroleum subsidies has significantly affected the mental and material well-being of Nigerian citizens. Therefore, any judicial decision that could further strain the state's resources would be detrimental to public interest. This legal battle is not merely a political skirmish, it is a different threat to the livelihoods of the people of River State. The funds in question are not the property of any individual or group, but belong to the citizens of Rivers, a constitutional state established by law. Allowing this to proceed unchecked could set a dangerous precedent, undermining democracy and governance across Nigeria. If the court permits the ProWike group to hold state funds hostage due to personal grievances, it risks inciting anarchy and destabilizing not only River State but also the broader region, including critical industries such as oil facilities. On a secondary consideration, if River State's allocation were to be seized, and the oil facilities within the state would face significant security risk. This comes at a particular sensitive time when the federal government is intensifying effort to combat oil theft and increase Nigeria's oil output to alleviate pressure on the naira and enhance foreign exchange earnings, especially given that the naira currently ranks among the world's worst performing currencies. A Niger Delta militia group known as the Niger Delta Development Force, that's NDDF, has already been reported to have threatened to shut down oil installations in the Niger Delta region if any judge in Abuja issues a pronouncement that financially incapacitates local government in Rivers State, preventing them from fulfilling their duty to the people. Now, according to NNPC's September 2024 report, authorities dictated and destroyed over 8,000 illegal refineries and 5,800 illegal oil pipeline connections in the preceding 6 months. One must consider the implication if state allocations were to be seized by court order, while some might suggest deploying additional military and security agencies. It is worth noting that despite existing security presence, we continue to witness such extensive illegal operations. It is worth recalling here the current situation in Imo State resulting from Supreme Court ruling in January 2020 concerning the governorship of Imo State. The late Justice Sentus Nweze's precedent observation bears consideration in the decision of the Nigerian Supreme Court on the Imo governorship election was erroneous and will continue to haunt our Nigerian electoral jurisprudence for a very long time to come. Justice Nweze, then serving on the Apex Court, made these remarks in his now famous dissent regarding the application filed by Mekanhie of the People's Democratic Party (PDP). The effect of that decision have been hydra-headed. Now, this week, the Court of Appeal Owerri Division has suspended sittings, citing security concerns. According to the court, despite the fact that we have issued a hearing notice for the period from October 28th to November 1st, we are compelled by some security concerns to postpone the sitting this week. All hearing notices issued are hereby cancelled, all because of that same issue. Now, in light of these grave concerns, we urge the judiciary to exercise caution and consider the broader implication of his decision. The stakes are too high for the people of Rivers State, and the potential fallout from this case could reverberate throughout the nation. It is imperative that justice is served not only in the courtroom, but also in the lives of the people and the citizens who depend on stable governance and public services. The time for decisive action is now. The future of Rivers State and Nigeria hangs in the balance. Of course, the legal luminary, I'm talking about Edun, senior advocate of Nigeria, also speaks on this matter. Now, Kunle Edun, a senior advocate of Nigeria, SAN, has raised concern about the current state of the Nigerian judiciary, warning that the unpatriotic actions of politicians and their collaborators are threatening this institution's credibility. Now, in an opinion statement, Edun called for urgent action to address the growing issues and prevent further erosion of public trust in the judicial system. Edun highlighted the recent admonition by the Honorable Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Kudirat Kekere-Ekun, urging judges not to compete for cases or issue conflicting court orders. However, despite this warning, the trend of conflicting orders from Federal High Court and State High Courts in Kano and Rivers State has persisted. Edun pointed out that the jurisdiction of both State High Court and the Federal High Court is being expanded at will, with precedents seemingly disregarded, leading to uncertainty among lawyers and the public about the position of the law on various issues. And the senior advocate of Nigeria, SAN, called upon the Chief Justice of Nigeria to take urgent action to halt this descent and maintain the judicial relevance. He suggested that judges who overstep their jurisdiction should be cautioned, and forum shopping by parties rushing to file actions in Abuja instead of their state capitals should be discouraged through practice directions issued by Chief Judge of the Federal High Court. Edun also criticized the practice of the executive arm of government publicly gifting vehicles and houses to judicial officers, urging that such actions may compromise judicial impartiality, particularly when the gifting states are parties to the cases in suit. He specifically mentioned the recent announcement by the FCT Minister Wike, who revoked Julius Berger's title to a parcel of land in Abuja and is now using the same land to construct 40 houses that will be gifted to judicial officers. The Sun emphasized the need for National Judicial Council to act swiftly in addressing petitions against judicial officers and ensuring adherence to the Judicial Code of Ethics. He urged judicial officers to avoid contact with politicians that may create impressions detrimental to the due administration of justice. Edun also noted that lawyers have a share of the blame, as the rules of professional conduct require every lawyer to owe a primary duty to the court and ensure that the institution is not abused but used to achieve justice. He mentioned that there are several cases in court seeking to stop some state electoral commission from conducting local government elections despite the Supreme Court decision that local government funds belong exclusively to democratically elected local government council. Those are the words of some of the senior advocates of Nigeria. Let's meet in our comment section.